Jason Gilbo here at JGilbo11, taking a look at tonight's four-game slate for pitching. Overall, I mean, really one clear top cut option, and then the rest are kind of on a similar plate. But looking at Chris Sale here first, 11-3 on FanDuel, 12-9 DraftKings. Obviously, a guy who's far and above than most of the rest in terms of strikeout upside, and as far as a pay-up option, it's pretty clear that Sale's the guy tonight. Looking at him so far this year, I mean, four double-digit strikeout performances could be in a row here tonight. He's got 3 already, 0.91 ERA, a 38.1% strikeout rate. It's just been incredible for Sale this year, near 16% swinging strike rate. So you look at the Yankees, I mean, playing well to start the year, not bad against lefties. You do look at them, I mean, yes, they're striking out less than 20% of the time against them. Their hard contact is really weak, 23rd in the league in hard contact, 26.6%, despite the 10-plus WOBA. As far as right-handed bats go from that side, I mean, yes, the Yankees can be a little bit more righty-heavy now these days. They're not going to be the heavy lefty team that Sale has faced in the past. But you look at this current roster against Sale, 20 for 200 with a 38% strikeout rate. Sale's had their number for quite some time. Big home favorite. Yankees have one of the lowest totals on the slate. I certainly don't mind paying up, and that's where I'll be going in most of my lives, GPPs and cash games. Next guy here, Adam Wainwright, doubleheader there, Toronto and St. Louis. It's in St. Louis, so Toronto's going to lose the DH. You look at Wainwright, I mean, this is a guy who was better at home last year. It's one thing to note with him. Strikeout rate hasn't been bad this year, 24.4%. Obviously, that was kind of bumped up facing Milwaukee, but missing 9.6% of bats, not bad, up 1.5% from last year so far. Yeah, I mean, as I said with Waino here, at home, 3.20 ERA last year, 298 WOBA as compared to over 370 WOBA on the road. You look at Wainwright, I mean, has faced some pretty tough offenses to start the year: Nationals, Cubs, Brewers, Yankees. Brewers was by far his best start. You look at this Toronto offense, I mean, 27th in WOBA against right-handed pitching, 25th in ISO. They also have a near 24% strikeout rate. Overall, I think Wainwright's a pretty safe SP2. He grades out as kind of the safer option out of guys like, the Angels, A's guys, Taijuan Walker. No way in hell we're using Jared Weaver tonight. So definitely overall, I think Wainwright's a solid option. I expect, his BABIP is also going to normalize here. It's at 467 right now. So Wainwright's due for some positive regression. I don't think he's been that bad this year. Granted, the fact that he's been playing some tough offenses and some tough ballparks as well. So I like Wainwright, all formats. Especially on DraftKings, where the SP2, you pair him with Sale, you can move on. FanDuel is just a GPP play for me, and that's about it with Waino there. So moving on, Taijuan Walker, I mean, probably your GPP guy, your flyer on the night. Another one where BABIP is a little bit higher, 323, should come down about 20, 25 points to his career norm. FIP, XFIP are closer to a full point lower than his 4.57 ERA, 23% strikeout rate. This is another one where he's played the Dodgers and Giants twice. I mean, two teams that don't strike out. Dodgers obviously really tough on right-handed pitching. They put the ball in play. So, I mean, Walker kind of a shot to kind of redeem himself here against, the Padres and show that strikeout upside. San Diego, 25.2% strikeout rate against righties this year, 5th lowest WOBA. The risk obviously being the Padres do have some power bats. Chase Field's certainly friendly for, power on both sides of the plate, but the strikeout upside's there. He's missing some bats. I definitely don't mind using him here against this Padres team as a GPP option. He's kind of your first real pivot away from Wainwright and Sale. And really, in terms of strikeout upside, no one else really has outside of these three arms. Because we look into that A's and Angels game, Kendall Graveman, yeah, he might go out and toss a quality star. Is it going to be anything special compared to possibly these guys? I don't think so. Ricky Nolasco, even against an A's team that does strike out quite a bit. Yes, their lineup isn't all that great. I think they've been overperforming start to year, but At the moment, I mean, I'd rather take A's bats against Nolasco than take Nolasco against the A's. So, not on my radar there. Casey Lawrence, not a guy you should be looking at either. Jared Weaver, hell no. So, it's kind of limited to basically those three arms tonight. Sale, Wainwright, both cash game playable. GPP playable as well. Walker, just a GPP guy for me. So, that's going to wrap things up here. You can check out dailyfantasycafe.com for all great tools and content.